We just finished taping Indiana Lawmakers 2025 halftime special. We've decided to go into overtime. There was still some things that we needed to talk about.
HB 1030, and this was fascinating. This was abolishing the death penalty. And you're thinking, in Indiana? Yes, actually. 23 states, including ours, do have the death penalty. This was authored by Republicans. It had some Republican support, obviously not enough, but the fact that this was introduced, that this is a topic of conversation, again, this is one that I think will come back as part of that legislative attrition. I think a lot of times our oversimplification of the death penalty is like, oh, well, Republicans will feel this way, or conservatives will feel this way, and Democrats and liberals will feel differently.
Ed, what you wanted to bring up a few points that were left on the table, or on the field, so to speak.
Yeah, I think that the fiscal forecast isn't going to be the be-all, end-all that it typically is when we see it this year. In the middle of April, we're going to get a report from the state's economist, the state's contracted economist, and that's going to be massaged by what they call the Revenue Technical Forecast Committee, which is a bipartisan group of staffers and university economists and a couple of other folks that look at those overall indicators from the economist and say, okay, this is what we think the actual impact on Indiana is going to be, and here's what our top lines are going to be. I think that this year is going to be a lot like the years that we saw after the global fiscal crisis and the pandemic in '09 and in '21, where the folks that are in charge of the budget process say, you know, we're just a little bit hinky about these numbers. We don't know that everything that they said that's going to happen is going to happen in order to produce these results. I'm saying right here, no special session, period.
No special session. What do you say?
You know what, I'm going to say I think it's possible, but there's too many cards on the table. We need to take fewer cards. We have too many already. But I think one of the things we've seen about this session is, especially in a budgeting session, there's a lot of issues, right? There are a lot of issues that aren't even fiscal matters that we're talking about. Fewer cards. We don't need more cards. We're on a time frame.